King Charles overruled Prince William to welcome disgraced royal back into family. The King overruled Prince William by ordering the family to fall in line in welcoming the disgraced Duke of York back into the family fold, it has been claimed. The monarch has made it clear to the senior royals that Prince Andrew would not be shut out any longer and suggested the Prince of Wales would be the one to drive him to church in Scotland last Sunday, sources have revealed. His appearance alongside the future King and Queen, while knowing they would all be photographed, has been seen as a major boost in the York camp towards the Duke's rehabilitation. One Balmoral insider suggested there had been some confusion over how Andrew, 63, would be travelling to church until he received a call on Sunday morning prior to going. After the public declaration of support from William and Kate, with Andrew riding in the car to and from the service in Balmoral where the royals are on holiday, one source said, "It's more than he, Andrew, could have wished for." Royal sources have deemed the support for Andrew a remarkable turn of events after both Charles and William last year both lobbied the late Queen to strip him of his prized military titles and charity patronages after he was forced to pay his sex abuse accuser £12 million. The settlement was made without any admission of liability and Prince Andrew has denied the allegation. After making the extraordinary settlement with Virginia Giuffre, in order to stop a full trial in a U.S. court, William also said he would boycott a major royal event with wife Kate last June if his uncle was allowed to take part in the procession. The Queen had wished her disgraced son to join in the Garter Day parade at Windsor Castle, but was blocked by her heirs who reacted furiously, suggesting there could be a backlash if he was seen in public. One insider said that while William may have attended private functions with his uncle, namely last Christmas at Sandringham aside from the Queen's funeral and King's coronation, he had absolutely no desire to be seen with the Duke in public. It appears he may have had his wings clipped somewhat, said another source. Rachel Maskell, MP for York Central, who raised a bill in Parliament seeking to strip the royal of his Duke of York title, said any perceived public rehabilitation for Prince Andrew would be unpalatable. She said, "Any public rehabilitation of the Duke of York is certainly not something the country as a whole would welcome at all." The Duke carried an ambassadorial role across the world and to be represented by someone with a questionable past, certainly for the people of the country that I represent, is not something we want. People have welcomed the slimming down of the monarchy, both in terms of royals and vast numbers of staff working for them. And with an increased cost of monarchy, up to record figures this year, at a time of great hardship for so many millions of people across our country, this is not something the country is looking for. Any rehabilitation process in terms of a public role for Prince Andrew would be unpalatable, especially when the questionable acts that he was accused of involved the possible sexual misconduct against vulnerable women. We want to make sure the rights of women are upheld, and I don't think we can have confidence that those would be a priority if Prince Andrew was welcomed back into any public role whatsoever. Manu Reid, leader of the Women's Equality Party, said, "Women and everyone who believes in standards in public life deserves better than this. A lot of what the monarchy does is about symbolism. If the monarchy rushes to rehabilitate a member who, whatever else he did or didn't do, brought two pedophiles into its inner circles and gave them credibility, it will symbolize contempt for the victims of those pedophiles and for the victims of violence and exploitation everywhere." Meanwhile, well-placed sources have revealed how the Duke of York's ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, who is staying at Balmoral with the royals, alongside Andrew and their children, has been the life and soul of family gatherings. One Balmoral insider said Fergie had been seen talking to the King and Prince William on several separate occasions. The recent developments have given rise to the theory that Fergie has been a broker of her former husband's brief resurgence among the family. Insiders also suggested the Duke would be buoyed by the family show of support after being forced to miss public events and stand aside from all royal duties over his friendship with the late pedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein. The King has had several conversations with his brother and decided, while he will not return to public duties as would be the Duke's preference, he should be welcomed back into the fold, a source said. The King feels he has an awful lot on his tray and this is one issue he wants to draw a line under. Neither Buckingham Palace nor Kensington Palace commented.